Hello everyone, welcome to day 10 of the 10-minute portrait challenge. Super happy to be here, happy to have 7 of you watching already. Let me know where you're joining us from and what you'll be working with today. We're going to be drawing M.I.A, M.I.A, Mia Matangi, and have a really awesome reference. And I've just been listening to a very interesting conversation with Mia and Russell Brand on Russell's Rumble channel about a new story which I've just started listening to, released by Mia. And after this, I'll put the link in the bio, but you can also go check it out by following the Instagram link here. And I can see it better like that, actually. And I think I just heard one of my kids downstairs. And it's a story in 9 parts, 9-minute parts, read with sound and visuals, and it's really cool. And it has a website all of its own, Omnia. I can't remember what the address was, but be sure to check that out. It's really cool. So let's check out this awesome reference. And if anyone is familiar with the work of Mia, incredible artist from London, amongst other places, I guess. And I can't remember when it was. I remember a time when I was traveling, met a friend, and we listened to music together. Whoops. Here is Gabo Mate from yesterday, and I remember the song Sun Showers, which really left an impression on me. And when was that? It must have been, I don't know, it was quite a while ago, but a really cool song. Thank you so much for joining us from Kuwait, Mr. Ahmad. Great to have you here. Anyone else who's watching, let us know in the chat where you're watching from. Always happy for thumbs up and subscriptions. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and you'll see more of these live streams coming up as they occur. And be doing a bunch of different kinds of live streams as well. I have a few different formats, and it's always fun drawing together. So super happy to have you here. Hi Lewis, great to have you with us. So I'm going to start with, I have a few different pencils. I have an Inktense pencil. This is a willow colored pencil. Inktense pencil, and then I'm going to follow up with some Polychromos pencils, I think. So I'm going to do some hatchy stuff and see what happens. Ikuden, thanks for joining from Denmark. I'm going to start drawing. I would love you all to get busy in the chat. Tell us where you are, what you're working with. If you're familiar with Mia, M.I.A, I'm never really sure how to pronounce it. Maya, and let's do it. College is here as well. Awesome. Let's start drawing. Okay, 2034 it says now. Let's get to it. So often on this would usually be my Saturday to do a longer live stream. And I've done a few live streams where we've spent about 2.5 hours doing 10-minute portraits. And it's really cool getting in so many drawings. And now it's day 10 of the 10-minute portrait challenge. So we've done 10 10-minute portraits, and I doubled up on a couple of them because I didn't hit go live when I started live streaming. So a couple of them I've done twice. And yeah, the longer streams where we spend a bunch of time drawing together, I really love. And since I've already done a longer format live stream this week, I decided to keep it to a short one today. But next weekend again, probably, we'll be doing a longer one. So that'll be cool. Something to look forward to. I've been busy with so many things, as well as being physically unwell and my children being unwell, and the things going on in the world. And it's so interesting. Mia is in her music and life history. It's a lot of songs, a lot of music about refugees and war and It's so interesting just listening to part of a conversation today with Russell Brand, where they were talking about consciousness as striving for love, and how there are different ideas in the world that some people think consciousness is it's about suffering, and it's like, hey, but what about love? And it's so interesting. I'm really curious to listen to the new story that she's just released, because I love it's starting with like some what I'm familiar with as Indian mythology. I know she's Tamil, and her family were refugees from Sri Lanka that moved to Britain, and to hear about the different planets, the 9 planets in what I know as the Vedic, the Hindu astrology system, the 7 divine planets and the 2 demonic planets. And I think it's so interesting, the parallels and the kind of timeless nature of mythology, and how it is ever relevant, and in so interesting in the context of war and suffering and all sorts of things, to in these ancient stories to have this kind of wisdom and guidance. And so there's a whole lot going on, but I'm really interested in hearing how she has adapted these these stories and made her own. So that'll be really interesting. Like 3 minutes in, feel like started pretty strong with this initial sketch. These, if you're joining in for the first time, these are not guided sketch sessions. This is just about practice, and we're drawing together every day this month, doing a 10-minute portrait every day. I also do tutorials and stuff, which you can check out on my Patreon if you would like to support my work. There's tutorials which I release every month, but if you want to draw along here and watch here, that's awesome. So great to have you here. And occasionally I'll do more, like I do have some tutorials on my channel and stuff where I kind of break down my process of how I'm drawing. And at the moment I'm just quickly going for it. And if you are drawing along, I would love you to use the hashtags which I've put in the screen here, Drawing with Dylan and 10-minute portrait. I'd love to see your results and what you've done. And so this is a water-soluble pencil, Inktense, and I thought I would start with this and quickly kind of get some form down here, and then work in some more hatching into it, and not going too wet because otherwise it won't dry and I won't be able to add more definition. That's something I've noticed in recent days, that usually at the 10-minute mark I'm like, oh, I'm kind of craving some definition, especially when I go in with a wet medium. It's like I set something up and then I want to get it back. And maybe doing something with a brush at the moment would be good to fill in some of the hair. Thanks for the thumbs up, Mr. Ahmad. So yeah, I've got some watercolors over here, and we'll put down some nice strong contrast. So all these 10-minute portraits have just been, I've enjoyed the practice so much of really trying to capture something essential and convey something in such a short period of time with these portraits. And the idea of this challenge is that the more of these we do, and kind of with this time constraint and this limitation of, okay, what can I actually get done in this short space of time, we're really forcing ourselves to look at the way we make decisions and the way we look at images and our image making. And it's been so great seeing the work people are doing, because people are using all different mediums. I'd love to know what you're using. If you're drawing along, or if you're just watching, what mediums you like to work with. I've been trying out a bunch of stuff with these quick sketches. I'm recovering from flu, I guess, this week. I don't need to cough again. Pardon me. Yeah, now my my 6-year-old has caught it, and he's just been like sleeping all day, sleeping it off. Has anyone else been unwell recently? It's going around here. A lot of people. Like half of my kids' school class has was not able to go to school because they're all sick. All right, here now where I started with the face and it got a bit watery, it's going to be drier now, and I'll add some more definition with these polychromos pencils. And we're already coming up very close to our 10 minutes. Unbelievable. It's going so fast. I feel like as this challenge and as the month progresses and the more of these pieces I do, the shorter 10 minutes gets. I feel like with the early ones, it may also be the medium that I'm choosing. With the earlier portraits, I felt like I got a lot more done in 10 minutes. And but if you've got time, I've got time, and I may go a little bit longer. And I'd love for you to ask questions if you have any. Or just let me know what you're up to this weekend. Or if you're watching after the fact, it's not live anymore. I'd love to know if you're drawing along, where you share. If you're going to be sharing your work online anywhere, I'd love to see it. So in the description, you should be able to find my YouTube. Well, yeah, you're on my YouTube, my Instagram information, which is where is my main platform at the moment for sharing my work. It's already 10 minutes. And as is often the case, I feel I reached the 10-minute mark, and I feel like this is the beginning of a longer piece. But that's it, 10 minutes, and we've already, we've gotten something done. And if we felt so inclined, we could continue to work on it and build it up to a more finished piece. But for now, that has an interesting kind of spontaneous life and vibrancy. I will be in Let's Face It 2023. Yes, Mr. M.I.A, I will be indeed. My first lesson has already been recorded, and it's a calligraphy pen portrait. I haven't done calligraphy pen yet this month during this challenge, but I will be, because it's one of my favorite sketching mediums. So maybe tomorrow, come back and watch tomorrow, and maybe I'll do a calligraphy pen portrait. And the one I do is it's a multiple figured drawing, and it's actually of Tommy Golunsky. Lewis is here, has been following along with the live streams and teachings of Tommy Golunsky and my Let's Face It class, which I've recorded so far. Tommy Golunsky is my muse. Yeah, and it's a multiple figure portrait, and it's all Tommy, so that's pretty cool. So going a little bit over time, but it's gonna be worth it. I feel like with that initial 10 minutes, I really set up a drawing that I'm pretty happy with. It's pretty loose and alive, and just by adding some hatching and line work on top of that watery looseness, I feel like it gives another kind of dimension to it. Thank you so much for being here. 12 of you watching at the moment. Thank you all so much. I'd love you to like and subscribe to my channel. Comments are always welcome because it gives me something to bounce back on. I love it when you're asking questions. And if you have, if you'd like to challenge me to use any particular medium throughout this month, or just curious in how I would use a particular thing, then feel free to make a suggestion. And if there's anyone you would like to see us drawing together, then you can also make a suggestion. And otherwise, this is about done. And there's something wild and loose and flowy that I really like about it. And I'm excited. After this, I think I'm going to go listen to the Omnia. Is it Omnia? Maybe. Check it out on M.I.A.'s Instagram account, because I saw just before coming here that she had just posted something about this new story, and I'm going to go listen to it and maybe do some more sketching while I listen to her tell this tale. So I'm going to stop now. Cool. Yeah, I think I can pretty much stop it and feel okay about it. I'll pick it up and show you on my other camera over here. How's this? Oh yeah. So this is what I've done. What have you all done? Helen Anderson really liked the water-soluble graphite. That was cool, wasn't it? It was interesting. So yeah, this is this. I like it. The water-soluble graphite yesterday was cool, and I was also thinking maybe I'll do some more. I was tempted to do a long session today, but because my kid's unwell, we're not going to. But maybe next weekend, maybe on the Saturday, it'll work out that we do a longer session where we do a bunch of 10-minute portraits. These are both done with water-soluble graphite, and I like both of them. There's something about the Wednesday one here, which I didn't. There's something I like about the medium in this one, which I didn't quite get through in Gabor Mate, but I like his look. I like his gentle soul on the paper. So yeah, I definitely want to explore that some more. And I was thinking for the next one where we do a long session where we have a whole bunch of references, there is a collection of incredible mugshots from the 1920s in Sydney. And I've done one piece of them, and I remember Gabi once in one of these live streams was saying, oh, they were really cool, maybe we could do some more of those. So I was thinking that perhaps next time we do one of those multiple portrait live streams on a Saturday, which may be this coming Saturday, maybe do a bunch of those mugshots, and I'll focus on water-soluble graphite because I also really like it, and I'd be keen to experiment some more with it. So thank you all so much for being here. I wish you a wonderful Saturday evening, and come join me tomorrow, which is Sunday. And I have a few ideas of who we might draw. And if any of you have any suggestions, feel free to leave a comment or get in touch on Instagram and let me know. And that's it for now. So thank you, Mia Matangi, M.I.A. Thank you so much for sharing all of your incredible creativity, music and stories and activism. And thank you for everything you do. And thank you for all of you for watching and joining in and drawing along. See you next time. Just wondering, when do I hit finish